We have a few minutes before the service begins, but I want to remind everyone, we can turn off our sound, go and find UU Church of Flint service on YouTube. So it's the YouTube channel. And then you need to indicate that you're listening, because we want more people to know we're here and maybe consider our streaming service. Okay? You can subscribe. I think that's the critical thing you have to do. So please turn off your phones, if I can get mine to work here. Then don't forget to turn them back on after church. Where's my problem?
Anybody see the fourth wireless mic? Fourth wireless mic.
Is this you?
Yeah, I moved this one for the choir, and then I moved it back.
Great. But I got one more.
So we're missing a mic.
Oh, it's right here.
So you'll move it.
We have to share mics.
Jared told me that you would have like it, right? That's right. Jared told me. You still need me to move mine.
Yes, yes. So these are all the mics we have.
Ray, this mic is going to go to Frank when he does his piece. He's going to stand up there.
Great.
And then I will use it from then on.
Great.
You got it?
I got it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Flint. Sending out a greeting to all of you, but also the folks that may be watching us online. My name is Raina Beck, and I welcome you here. Our church is a progressive LGBTQ plus affirming community in which people are encouraged to be themselves. If you'd like more information about our faith tradition or this congregation, feel free to talk to one of our ministers, Lynn and Jerry Kerr. They're both with us today, or via their contact information found at uuflint.org. Visitors are especially welcome to join us downstairs for coffee hour today and to speak to any of us who would like, if you'd like to know more about why we're here. We'd like to know why Yuletide decided to come here and spend time with us today. You may sign up for our email newsletter by visiting our website, scanning the QR code on the back of our service, or by filling out this colorful card that you'll find in the seat backs. We promise not to harass you. We'll just send you our email update. Please see the back of the service for other details on the following announcements and other important information. But we especially want to remind you, slide 1.
Not that one.
No.
Hang on a minute. We're getting there. Technical difficulty.
Don't miss
There we go.
our December 22nd Sunday service. That's just next week. In the high in the high Middle Ages, churches often put on plays to teach their beliefs to others. So why should we be any different? The characters in this year's comedy drama include Jesus, Santa Claus, and what else but space aliens? Join us. We hope you'll believe. And then a second announcement.
Stand by, we're bringing up a different PowerPoint. Sorry, everything's software out here, so we get a long PowerPoint. So, well, just one moment, please, and Raina will sing for us. No, but this will just take 1 minute. Thank you.
If any of you live in Grand Blanc and you want to hear some fun singing, I do sing with a group called the Flint Master Singers. And tomorrow at 3 o'clock, we'll be at Abbey Park. It's a senior independent living facility. And on Wednesday, I'll be all the way up in Clio at Bethany Methodist Church for, I believe it's at 1 o'clock. It'll be the last of 5 concerts in 2 weeks. But we have a lot of fun. And we need younger people who can sing and carry their part. So I'm just lifting up the Flint Master Singers.
Actually, I'll make an announcement.
You'll also want to be here on December 29th. Dan and his wife Christina are doing the whole service, and it's going to be all music and readings, and you know how much you enjoy his music. So I don't think you're going to want to miss December 29th. It's going to be a New Year's celebration. So please come here, support Dan, and just enjoy some, I'm sure, incredible music.
Have you located our current PowerPoint, gentlemen?
Yeah, we're getting there. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
You did not go back in time.
We need slide, I think, number 3 or so. Join us at our Real Jesus Christmas Eve service at 5 o'clock, followed by our soup social at 6. Please bring your favorite soup to share, or we'll also need some finger foods. Please let us know what you're cooking by using the sign-up sheet on the clipboard at the back table so that we can know how to fill in the menu, some special requests. There's always somebody in this church we can call for that special request. Particularly if you have a knack for gluten-free or vegan options. I know my husband's making vegetarian chili. So we want to try to be inclusive in our diet and options. In addition, we'd like you to mark your calendar. On January 18th, we'll be sponsoring a conference we're entitling Aging and Thriving with Grace. Reverend Lynn and I have been planning this event, and we could use some help with setup, cleanup, food prep on the day of assistance. So please contact me. My email is on the back of today's program, and it would be a lot of help. Phil, I hope you'll come. We'll start with Flint Service Center, Valley Area Agency. After lunch, which will be free, we'll have legislation and end-of-life planning. We'll have presentations by hospice about palliative care, and our final event will be compassion and choices. Volunteers on how to have the kind of supported transition or exit from this world. They do a lot about helping us think about that in a compassionate way. So we have volunteers here who will come and talk to us. So that you can come and go during the day as you please for whatever session. Now, if you will please join me as we recite our chalice, we need our chalice lighting. Last week we lit candles of hope and peace. Today we light a third candle this holiday season. This one is for joy. It is a different color. In its light, we remember even in difficult times, there are reasons for gratitude, and joy may also be present. And now, if you'll join me in reciting our covenant, the words should be up here for us. Recognizing the richness of diversity and the beauty and wonder of shared worship, we get transforming power of love and service. We gather as a sacred, intentional community to freely seek knowledge and truth, to celebrate the fullness of life, and by our actions to increase goodness and justice. Amen.
Now this song has a part for you, and your part is, where is the light? Or any place else you feel like filling in.
When it's late December, dark and cold,
Where is the light?
when old man year is bending low,
Where is the light?
when the sun runs off
off to bed too soon. Where is the light? When there's nothing but a skinny moon. Where is the light? Can you tell me where is the light? Where is the light? Oh, children, where is the light? Oh, the light's inside of me. When it's dark each morning when I rise. Where is the light? And when it's dark when my eggs are frying. Where is the light? And it's dark when off to work I go. Where is the light? And it's dark again when I get home. Where is the light? Tell me, children, where is the light? Where is the light? Where is the light? Oh, the light's inside of me. It's in my skin and in my bones. It's in my heart and in my soul. That line of light so bright and golden like a summer day. When the sun goes missing in the sky, it is rising in my eyes, chasing all that winter gloom away. But I'm burning bright like kerosene. Where is the light? And I'm twinkling like a Pleiades. Where is the light? And I'm dancing like a candle flame. Where is the light? And I'm flaming like a fruit flambe. Where is the light? Tell me, children, where is the light? Where is the light? Can you tell me where is the light? Oh, the light's inside of me. One more time, where is the light? Where is the light? Where is the light? Oh, the light's inside of me. 1, 2, 3, 4. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
For a few months, the days have been growing shorter and the nights longer. At the solstice, little by little, the hours of light will increase. The days will grow longer until once again it is summer. But today, we celebrate the time of midwinter, which is called Yule. It marks the birth of the sun.
When solstice arrives, value the dark. On the longest night of the year, sit in the dark and think about the importance of darkness. Bless mushrooms that grow there and honeysuckle that sends its luscious scents into the night. Be grateful for the darkness that soothes us to sleep and that is given to animals who hibernate. Give thanks for sheltering dark places, the rich earth where seeds germinate, the caves that harbored our ancient ancestors, the cellars that keep food safe and even us in foul weather, and the wombs that provide our first nourishment. Acknowledge the darkness of suffering, which can deepen our appreciation of life and light and strengthen our connection to one another.
So
In 1897, 8-year-old Virginia O'Hanlon asked her father a question which many a parent has been asked before: whether Santa Claus really exists. Her father evidently didn't know what to say. So he instead suggested that Virginia put the question to one of New York's most prominent newspapers, The Sun. Her letter found its way into the hands of veteran writer and editor Francis P. Church. He had covered the Civil War for the New York Times. The editorial has been described as the most famous editorial in history, and it has been translated into 20 languages, set to music, and adapted into at least 2 movies. It was reprinted every year at Christmas time, starting in 1920, and then until The Sun stopped being published in 1950. We now invite you to go back in time to 1897 to meet editor Francis P. Church.
September 21st, 1897, New York Sun. We take pleasure in answering thus prominently the communication below, expressing at the same time our great gratification that its faithful author is numbered amongst the friends of the Sun. Dear editor, I am 8 years old. Some of my little friends say there is no Santa Claus. Papa says, if you say it in the Sun, it is so. Please tell me the truth. Is there a Santa Claus? Francis P. Church. Virginia, your little friends are wrong. They have been affected by the skepticism of a skeptical age. They do not believe except they see. They think that nothing can be, which is not comprehensible in their little minds. All minds, Virginia, whether they be men's or children's, are little. In this great universe of ours, man is a mere insect, an ant in his intellect, as compared to the boundless world about him, as measured by the intelligence capable of grasping the whole of truth and knowledge. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. He exists as certainly as love and generosity and devotion exist, and you know that they abound and give to your life its highest beauty and joy. Alas, how dreary would be the world if there were no Santa Claus. It would be as dreary as if there were no Virginias. There would be no childlike faith then, no poetry, no romance to make tolerable this existence. We should have no enjoyment except in sense and sight. The external light with which childhood fills the world would be extinguished. Not believe in Santa Claus. You might as well not believe in fairies. You might get your papa to hire men to watch all the chimneys on Christmas Eve to catch Santa Claus. But even if you did not see Santa Claus coming down, what would that prove? Nobody sees Santa Claus, but that is no sign that there is no Santa Claus. The most real things in this world are those that neither children nor men can see. Have you ever seen fairies dancing on the lawn? Of course not. But that is no proof that they are not there. Nobody can conceive or imagine all the wonders there are, unseen and unseeable in this world. You tear apart the baby's rattle, and you see what makes the noise inside. But there is a veil covering the unseen world, which not the strongest man, nor even the united strength of all the strongest men that ever lived, could tear apart. Only faith, poetry, love, romance can push aside that curtain and view and picture the supernal beauty and glory beyond. Is it all real? Wow. Virginia, in all this world, there is nothing else real and abiding. No Santa Claus. Thank God he lives, and he lives forever, 1,000 years from now, Virginia. Nay, 10 times 10,000 years from now, he will continue to make glad the heart of childhood. Gotta move on. Gotta move on. Thank you. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
After our words of meditation this morning and after our time of silence, you'll be invited up, as usual, to light a candle of joy or concern if you like. And you can light a candle of joy or concern at the back as well. And if you'd like, write in the book a joy or concern, and we'll make sure it gets printed in our weekly e-update. Ring out, wild bells, to the wild sky, the flying cloud, the frosty light. The year is dying in the night. Ring out, wild bells, and let him die. Ring out the old, ring in the new. Ring happy bells across the snow. The year is going, let him go. Ring out the false, ring in the true. Ring out the grief that saps the mind. For those that here we see no more. Ring out the feud of rich and poor. Ring in redress to all mankind. Ring out the want the care, the sin, the faithless coldness of the times. Ring out my mournful rhymes, but ring the fuller minstrel in. Ring out old shapes of foul disease. Ring out the narrowing lust of gold. Ring out the 1,000 wars of old. Ring in the 1,000 years of peace. Let us enjoy our silence.
The story is told that in the beginning, there were two gods who were brothers. And like many brothers, they struggled with each other for ascendance and power. One was the king of the forces of life, light, and warmth. He wore a crown of green oak branches and brought with him all growth and vitality, fertility and abundance. He was called the Oak King. His brother was the king of the forces of death, cold, and darkness. He wore a crown made of prickly holly branches and brought with him all withering and decay, stillness, and hibernation. And he was called the Holly King.
The brothers were identical in strength, and so year after year, the same pattern was repeated. Each year, the Oak King grew strong and mighty, and the light would gradually increase, bringing warmth and abundance. But every year, at the height of his power, he was thrown down by the Holly King. In the wake of the Holly King's victory, the light would gradually wane. Cold would come, and the land would go dormant. At the height of his power, the Oak King would challenge him, and the Holly King would fall, and the cycle would repeat again and again. Alone, the brothers were equals, but soon there came beings known as people. They began to take sides. The people loved light and warmth, but they feared darkness and cold. Each year they would celebrate the victory of the Oak King, but they would mourn when the Holly King had power. When the two struggled, the people would lend their strength of their voices, bodies, and spirit to the Oak King. The Holly King was without support. Time went by.
The people's adoration of warmth and light only grew, and so they began to invent ways to find light in the darkness and warmth in the cold. And finally, they found ways to spend all of their time in the light they created and could always stay warm no matter what time of year. But their efforts to stay always in the light and in the warmth were not without consequences, as we shall soon see. Generations passed, and the people did not at first notice the shifts in the balance. But finally, the people began to notice that darkness was disappearing from the land, driven out by millions of lights that the people had created. Animals, birds, plants, and even people began to suffer the effects of light unbalanced by darkness.
But it was not just darkness that was disappearing. Cold began to flee too. The whole world began to get warmer. Summer began sooner and lasted longer. Ice that had been frozen far longer than the longest memory of the oldest person began to melt. Migrating birds and animals became confused. Plants found themselves rooted in climates that no longer supplied their needs. The air was changing. Winds that brought rain flowed in unexpected directions and caused droughts here and floods there. The people began to see that their support of warmth and light over cold and darkness had altered the balance of the whole world. They began to slowly realize that the Holly King was dying. And for the first time, this thought filled them with fear. What would happen if the balance continued to be destroyed? Could they even survive in a world without the Holly King?
In the world of the gods, the Oak King realized what was happening as well. And though they had been competitors all these many centuries, he loved his brother deeply and could not live without him. The longest night came, and the Oak King and the Holly King met again. But this time, the Oak King had no heart for the fight. He laid down his sword and spear. He came open-handed to his brother, who was struggling just to stay on his feet. The Oak King wrapped the Holly King in a tight embrace and promised to help his brother heal. On the night when he usually claimed ascendance, the Oak King realized that the world was already too warm and too light. So he laid the great oak crown on the head of his brother, took his hand, each supporting the other. They went into the world to see what could be done to restore balance.
Perhaps, for a moment, the typewriters will stop clicking, the wheels stop rolling, the computers desist from computing, and a hush will fall over the city. For an instant, in the stillness, the chiming of the celestial spheres will be heard as the earth hangs poised in the crystalline darkness and then gracefully tilts. Let there be a season when holiness is heard and the splendor of living is revealed. Stunned to stillness by beauty, we remember who we are and why we are here. There are inexplicable mysteries. We are not alone. In the universe, there moves a wild one whose gestures alter Earth's axis toward love. In the immense darkness, everything spins with joy. the cosmos unfolds us. We are caught in a web of stars, cradled in the swaying embrace, rocked by the holy night, babes of the universe. Let this be a time we wake to life, like spring wakes in the moment of winter solstice.
Always with the technical adjustments. Please stand if you're able and care to. Let Christmas come, its story told, when days are short and winds are cold. Let Christmas come, its lovely song, when evening soon and night is long. Let Christmas come, its great star glow, on quiet city parks and snow. Let Christmas come, its table gleam, love born again, and truth of dream.
The earth is turning. The receding sun will take with it the old year, and the returning sun will bring with it a new one. It will happen on Saturday, December 21st at 4:19 a.m., or so we are told by the astronomers who study the heavens with their powerful technology and keep computerized records of celestial movements. But long before computers and telescopes and planetariums, this task fell to the shaman of the tribe, a person who served as spiritual guide, counselor, healer, historian, scientist, and magician, the one who ensured the tribe's well-being. The solstice is a reminder that the old year dies, and so must all living things. The shaman helps the tribe accept this universal dying and to understand its necessity for new life. When daylight hours are shortest, we long for assurance that spring will return and the warm sun will make the earth green again. In this time, when foliage has all but disappeared, we look to the trees whose evergreen boughs offer us hope. In the era of global warming, we are conscious more than ever of our mutual dependence on trees and other living plants as we exchange our carbon dioxide for their oxygen. It is the shaman we must look to, the shaman within, the voice still and small inside of us that urges us to be a giver who will ensure our community's well-being.
I breathe the trees, and the trees breathe me. Mouth to bud resuscitation. A holy exchange of elements. We balance the earth in its orbit and make all things new.
From the earliest times, the tree was a symbol of connectedness. With its roots deep below the ground, its trunk solid on the earth, and its branches reaching into the sky, into the heavens. It was seen as the tree of life, the cosmic axis that connects the human to the divine. It was up this tree, this pole that rose through the smoke hole of the tent, that the shaman journeyed in an altered state of consciousness. In a trance state, the shaman's soul was believed to leave the body and ascend to the heavens or descend to the underworld. The shaman could discern the truths of other spheres and bring back messages from beyond. Sometimes the messages were about practical things like what to plant, when to harvest, or where to hunt. Sometimes the message was about how to treat an illness. And sometimes the message was a spiritual gift, a secret that enabled the people of the tribe to achieve some truly great thing or understand some profound truth. As the new year unfolds, let us remember, it is we ourselves who must don the shaman's mask. It is we who must journey deep into the realms of the spirit. It is we who must harmonize the behavior of our people with the natural world and continue to celebrate the dance of life.
Seems like we should applaud. There's been so much beauty shared today. Didn't know we had so much wonderful talent. This is our time for generosity. After all the giving that and the sharing that we've had with us today, my request to remind you of our thanks for your financial contributions also are important. The funds that you decide to share, we know, come from hard work and sacrifice. And we're forever grateful. And we hope that you will come together to donate, because when we each give a little bit, it multiplies. It multiplies the good that can be done in this world and the opportunity to spread the message of love, hope, justice, reason that we are about here in this place. You can give anything that you'd like via a small envelope and leave in the basket at the back. You can give by going to our online at UU Flint, there's a little button on that site to say donate. Please consider, or you could scan that QR code. Haven't figured out how to do that yet, but you can. It's on the back of the thing. We thank you for whatever gifts of your wonderful talents and your time, as well as any funds that you can contribute. Thank you, and Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
One must have a mind of winter, to regard the frost and the boughs of the pine trees crusted with snow, and have been cold a long time, to behold the junipers shagged with ice, the spruces rough in the distance glitter of the January sun, and not to think of any misery in the sound of the wind.
And let us extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this flame, not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are realized.
Please join in our praise if you like.
I just want to thank all of our readers and our musicians today for making a great service. Thank you very much. And we'll meet you downstairs for coffee and treats.